All right, I hit record. Everybody's on. All right, so most of you guys have been on one of these before. If you've never been on one, when you're not talking, if you can mute, because a lot of times speakers, we can hear feedback. If you got kids or a dog, or my dog's at my feet, but you guys, most of you have seen him and he's super quiet. So he's just chilling. So anyway, thanks for getting on tonight. I appreciate it. I know sometimes it can be hard to get on during the week, but you know, I'm glad you guys are making the effort to get on. What I want to do tonight is talk about getting set up to have a super successful 2016. Molly, quit responding to the voice. And so I want everybody to really be set up and really start thinking about 2016 now. You know, if you wait until 2016 hits next month, it's going to be too late. You want to start setting yourself up and doing things and starting to connect with people and dialing into training and all the stuff that you need to do before the year starts, or else you're going to be too late if you wait that long. So, and to make it a little more fun, we came up with the idea of what to do, instead of saying all the things and listing the things what to do in 2016 to be successful, we're going to list what to do so you're not successful in 2016. So it's kind of the Jeopardy, give the question instead of the answer kind of deal. So just to put a little spin on it, it's kind of semi-sarcastic spin on it, but you know, it makes it a little more fun. So what I want to do, and it's not about me. Some of you guys have been on here, or it's training and it's basically just me talking. I want everybody to contribute, share ideas, share thoughts, but when you talk, when you're done talking, try and mute yourself again if you can. But you know, if we can have everybody unmuted and we don't have feedback, that's great. But maybe work on muting yourself so we don't get a whole bunch of noise going on. So I am going to share my screen and try and use the whiteboard that Zoom has. Hopefully it'll work. So, and I wonder if it erases what I already put on there. We'll find out. Oh no, it didn't. Hey, all right. So nod your head if you can see that. All right, good. So far, so good. All right, so let's move this up here. So what to do to be unsuccessful in 2016? Let's open up the lines and share some ideas. Let's go to Laura. I bet you got one. What is something you can do to be unsuccessful in 2016?
Never invite anybody to join a challenge group.
Never invite. I like that one. You're right. Let me move this here. I like the way this works. Let's just go right here. Never invite anyone to join a challenge group. All right, so how many invites do you think, Laura, per day and per week should you have to be successful? Do you need to be successful in 2016?
I would say the goal should be 3 a day, but I would say a minimum of reaching out to one person per day.
All right, so 1 per day. Now, is that going to be your own personal goal this year, is 1 per day to reach out?
I think for a challenge group, I'm going to reach out to 3 people per day, just generally, but not everyone's necessarily going to want to join the challenge group that I'm doing. But so in a broader sense, I'm going to reach out to 3 people per day to kind of tell them what I'm doing. But I at least want to invite 1 person per day to join whatever challenge group I got going on.
Good deal. All right. So invite. So basically that's the for those of you who are maybe a little bit newer, you know, one of the big 3 for Beachbody is invite. If you don't invite people in 2016, if you just kind of wait for them to come to you, you're not gonna be successful. You have to get out there and invite people. Let's go down to another one. I've got a couple that I want to share that are a little more kind of general. One is don't be consistent. The biggest thing I really think with this business, guys, is consistency. If you are not consistent, and I've seen lots of coaches who they'll dial in for a month or they'll dial in for 2 months and they have success, but then they'll take a month off or 2 months off and they just kind of let things roll and they think it'll keep going. If you are not consistently working your business, if you're just doing it here and there, you're not going to have success next year. And consistency doesn't have to be, 10, 20, 30 hours a week. If you've committed, and we're all doing our goal sheet, some of you guys I know haven't, but if you're committed to 1 to 5 a week because your goal is a diamond coach and this is a part-time thing for you, be consistent with those 1 to 5 hours a week. Don't take a whole week off. Just like being consistent with inviting people. It's probably the biggest area of fault that I see with coaches and why they don't have success is because they're not consistent. And it's not just about working your business, just the work part of it. You got to be consistent with, if you're here in our local area, getting to Fit Club. If your area doesn't have a Fit Club, start one and be consistent with running it. Consistency is a really huge thing of this. Consistency with your personal development. All that stuff. If you just lay out your goals and lay out your time and the things that you want to accomplish and you're consistent working with them, that's where you're going to have the most success from what I've found in the length of time that I've been a coach. Molly, what do you got? What's something you can do in 2016 to be unsuccessful? It might be hard for you because you've had a very successful 2015. So if you want to reverse that trend, what would you do in 2016?
Never complete a full workout program.
Yes, I love that one. So can you, doesn't it move down by itself? Where'd I go here?
Oh, she gone.
Oh, so it just doesn't move? I don't like that. Nice whiteboard. I'm not loving the whiteboard right now.
Can't you pull up like a Pages doc?
Well, I could, but I thought I'd use their fancy little whiteboard. I thought it would move like a Pages doc. I guess not. Maybe I'll just go to that. Well, here. So Molly, never complete a full workout. Can you expand on that, please?
Yeah, hold on.
Can you guys see this if I go to here? Can you see my pages that I just pulled up?
No.
No, I didn't think so. I don't think you can see pages. So that's okay. We'll just go back to the whiteboard. We'll just have to write over.
Okay. Well, never completing a full workout, then you're not really showing one of the vital behaviors, which is being proof the product works. So if you're not completing a full program, how can anyone trust you that that program that you're trying to sell actually works?
Exactly. And the big one thing that and I know Molly's been on some of these calls. Oh, who's got feedback? Tony, is that you getting feedback on there? Can you mute?
Yeah, I'm trying to mute myself, but the laptop's going really slow. So.
Oh, okay, no problem. Here, I'll get you. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to this. All right, where's Tony? Where'd he go? Oh, now he's, all right. I'm just gonna leave it like this. We can just talk. You guys can just write down notes since that whiteboard's a little goofy. So completing a full workout. One, in a lot of the leadership training that we've been a part of with Beachbody Corporate is there's been a lot of talk of the successful coaches, the ones that are the 5-star, 10-star, 15-star diamond, they are doing programs start to finish, meaning they're not hybriding. They're not saying, instead of doing total body from T25, I'm just going to go for a run, and they put that out there. They're doing them from start to finish. And I know for a lot of you guys, me included, that's something new. I'm kind of a guy who kind of like to grab from here and there, and, nobody ever wanted to do P90X yoga. You subbed in a run or something for that. So in the last 60 days, I'm actually just about done with Insanity Max 30. I've done the workout I'm supposed to do every day haven't missed one, haven't rescheduled, haven't doubled up. And obviously I've been sharing that on, I put Instagram pictures out every day after that. But the consistency with doing a program and showing that I started 21-day fix today, and in 21 days, you're going to see me finish it. A lot of coaches I see throw out their big announcement, I'm doing 21-day fix. And the end of that week, I'm not seeing anything from them. If you guys want people to buy into Beachbody being a successful, a way that people can have success, being healthy, losing weight, you got to show them, like they say, be proof the product works, be a product of the product. To do that means that if Beachbody says, here's this workout and here's the schedule that we've created for this workout, well, you should do what Beachbody tells you and do the workouts as scheduled. So that's a great one, Molly. Jordy, you got one?
Waste all your time on Facebook.
Waste all your time. I like that one. Okay. So, and if those of you are a little late, we're actually, instead of saying all the things you can do to be successful in 2016, we flipped it just to have a little fun. And we're talking about all the things you can do in 2016 to be unsuccessful. So, Jordy, that's a great one. Waste all your time on Facebook. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sometimes we get so caught up on all the different places that we have to post that we stop being intentional about the posts that we make.
Great. What about, so you've got that. What about your news feed and scanning through your news feed for work? Is that work, scanning through your news feed?
No.
No.
It's better just to take your time and send people messages. Like I have a list of people that I go through every week and just a list of all my friends, and I reach out to them, and then I try to get off Facebook.
Great.
During my work hours anyway.
So the quizzes and which friend is the prettiest and all those, and what job should I have had? So I shouldn't take those quizzes? Is that what you're telling me?
At least not during your power hour.
Yeah, exactly. And during your work. If you're on Facebook going through your news feed just for fun, great. But I think it's very easy for us when your business is 90 to 100% built on social media, you can get caught up in the news feed and doing things, and you think you've worked, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I worked on my Beachbody for 4 hours. And if you really looked at it, for 3 hours and 30 minutes of that, you were just on your news feed, or you were on Instagram looking at pictures, or on Pinterest looking at recipes. That's not work. Our business is very much built around social media, but you need to be deliberate on how you use it and getting the heck off it. I know I struggle with it. I like going through my news feed and seeing what everybody's doing, but you gotta be very deliberate. Like Jordy said, go in, make your posts in your group, comment where you need to comment, respond where you need to respond, and then get off and get back to work. So great one, Jordy. Anybody got another one? A way in 2016, something you can do to be unsuccessful in 2016. Jessica, do you have one? Unmute yourself. Oh, I forgot to, Molly, you forgot to introduce Jessica. Molly, unmute yourself and introduce Jessica. I forgot. You're going to have to turn the voice off.
I wasn't even looking at it. Kind of. Just kidding. Hi, everyone. This is my friend Jessica. She just joined the team today. Woohoo! So welcome her in. So I haven't made a welcome post or anything for her yet, but I will do that. She lives in Black River Falls. So Laura, she's not too far from you. But yeah, she's excited to get rolling and all that fun stuff.
Jessica, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I guess I met Molly through through college. We were both in different sororities. So we were kind of in the Greek life there. And I moved out to Black River Falls. I'm originally from the Twin Cities, so I'm hoping to move back there within the next 5 years and be around the Woodbury area. I'm a social worker. I work full-time at Jackson County here. I do mental health therapy, and then I do case management for folks with alcohol and drug dependency, and then mental health issues. So
Great.
this Beachbody is kind of like my, I don't know, I've always dreamed, I'm very active, so I'm just excited about this, and hoping to maybe make some part-time cash.
Good. Well, good. Well, welcome. Well, what was your idea? And I am very impressed that you just signed up like literally just a couple hours ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you're already on the team call. We've got coaches who've been coaches for 5 years who aren't on this call. So way to go.
Right?
So what is your idea to being as new as you are? What's an idea you had to be unsuccessful in 2016?
So I think in order for you to be unsuccessful in 2016, you should never pick up a personal development book.
That is a great one. You already know all about personal development. So now where do you, like your experience with personal development, why do you feel it's so important?
Well, I guess I kind of coach that, I guess, in therapy sessions.
Okay.
I can't tell, I can't fix someone. So if I, unless they do something for themselves. So in order for me to do something for myself, I need to continually grow myself. So that's what I tell my clients. That's what I tell myself. And if I'm not doing it, then I can't really tell anybody else to do it. So I just need to continually be growing myself in order to help others and show up for the day.
Well, great. Now, are you reading or doing something right now that you can share for personal development?
What is that yellow book called? You are a badass.
Which one's that? Oh, I think I've heard of that.
I have it somewhere. It's the yellow book.
Jordy, you have it?
Anybody?
Tammy, aren't you reading that one?
Yeah, I'm reading that one. I just bought it this weekend.
Yeah.
And it's called You're a Badass? Cool.
My team must be badass.
Well, good. Well, good. I like that. That's a great one. First, there, Steve's got it. Look at Steve.
Yes.
Wow. So is it like swear in like the whole book or what?
Yes.
Oh, I don't mind a cuss word. Well, good. You guys, I think you guys who've been coaches for a long time. Personal development is a huge deal, and it's something that when way back when I started being a coach in 2008, it's like personal development's hokey, and it's gonna be all the touchy-feely stuff and how to be a better you and blah blah blah, and it's just not. It's gonna help you grow. It's no different than. So a lot of you guys I know are Christians, and a lot of you guys know that in the last couple of years I've been really kind of diving back into my faith and working on that. All that, faith and personal development, all that stuff is going to help you continue to grow as a human being. I think too many times, just in society in general, people just kind of go, this is who I am. And that's no fun. I hope at 75 I'm still reading personal development and going, I could improve here and improve here. And if you're working on yourself, not just, it's not just about this, it's about your head and your heart. If you're really dialed into that stuff, it's going to help your business. It's going to help you come up with more ideas. It's going to help you, reach out to people who maybe you wouldn't have reached out to before, because all of a sudden you're going to have this confidence because you're working on yourself and you're feeling better about yourself. It's something that's very easy to skip, but it's too important to skip. 10 minutes a day is what they preach. I'd tell you 20 to 30. I'm reading like 3 or 4 books at a time. I kind of read them at different times of the day, but personal development is super, super important. Who else? Steve, I bet you got one. What's something we can do? What's something you can do in 2016 to be unsuccessful?
Be consistent with your nutrition plan.
So be inconsistent.
Be inconsistent with your nutrition.
We're going with it. We're kind of doing the Jeopardy thing here, Steve, where we're doing the opposite. So be inconsistent with your nutrition. That's huge.
Huge.
Elaborate on that a little bit, Steve.
Well, especially this time of the year. I mean, not like any other time of the year, but this time of the year is probably harder than most, because if you work a regular job like me, there's constant sweets, cakes, candies, cookies, junk all over the place. We're trying to profess, good, healthy nutrition going into 2016. The thing is, you want to start now. You want to start the good habits now so that you can carry that forward into next year and beyond, hopefully, you know.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you know, nutrition, guys, a lot of people look at Beachbody as the workouts. You know, it's what Beachbody's known for, the workouts. Insanity and Tony Horton and P90X and Autumn and 21 Day Fix probably is the first program that really is probably known more for the nutrition than it is for the actual workouts, because it's kind of a new concept. All the other programs had their little diets and people took it out of the box and threw it over their shoulder and put it in Sandy and did the workouts. If we're not consistent on our nutrition, we're not going to have the results that we should be able to get. And then when you're posting about your program, if you're not having great results because your nutrition stinks, it's bad for business. You know, people are going to look at you and go, well, you did Sandy for 60 days. You don't look any different. You're like, well, it's because I ate at McDonald's once a day. Oh, no one's going to buy your product. Two, no one's going to trust you as a health and fitness person if you're not consistent. And that consistent doesn't mean salad and chicken breast and Shakeology every day and that's all you eat. It's consistent with what you're choosing, the path you're choosing. So like you guys know me, I eat healthy most of the time, but on the weekend I like to show that, hey, I still live a normal life and I get good results. You might be somebody who's extremely dialed in. You're like, I don't cheat and I'm going to look like a fitness model and I'm going to have a six-pack. If that's your deal, be consistent with that deal. But consistency and really working on the food part of it's vital. So if you want to be unsuccessful in 2016, just keep eating at McDonald's and throw those nutrition guides that come with the workouts away and just do the workout, because that's all you need to be unsuccessful.
Exactly.
What's another one? Who else has got a way to be unsuccessful in 2016? Somebody I haven't heard from yet. Laura, I think I saw your hand up.
Yeah. Not have a designated space in your home to do your to run your business.
That's a great one. Expand on that for me. I like that one.
Because I didn't do that, so I'm going to try to focus on that this year. I live in a really small space, so it's difficult, but I feel like when you have a designated space, you're able to work more effectively. You're able to be motivated. It's separate from that chaos that you might experience coming from, it's focal. You're able to concentrate. You might put your calendar up there. You might just a workspace, I think, designated just for the Beachbody business would help to kind of just tune in on that.
Yeah, that's a great one. You know, you guys that have been around a while know that I left my job at the bank last year, and Sarah and I didn't really prepare real well for we're both at home. And that was a change of her walking around and kind of being distracting. And then last summer, the week before school got out, it dawned on me that the kids were going to be here when I was going to be trying to work. I'm like, oh yeah. So like most of you know, I'm in my basement. I've got this little desk and these little bookshelves and stuff. So I can come down here and dial in. You know, there's occasionally I'll work in the living room, but when you work in your living room, and I know some of you maybe you just can't, but when you work in your living room, the TV might be on, there's people driving by, the phone's ringing. You're not going to be as focused as you need to be most of the time to work your business. And that's a great one, Laura. I hadn't thought of that one. So
I have something to add to that, Eric.
Sure.
I don't have a workspace either in my room, in my house. I have a room that should be a workspace, but it isn't. It's a craft room. Anyway, I have a binder that I keep together on this little table, and that's where all my business is.
I love your binder. I've seen your binder. It's awesome.
It's very full. It's got everything in it, a calendar. And I can take it with me to coffee shops with my laptop, and that's usually where my office is. But if I ever need to find anything, it's in my binder. So
yeah, that's great. And it, too, with having designated workspaces, or if you can't have that, doing what Jordy does with her binder, the other thing that does is mentally maybe steps up your business a notch in your head that this is a legit thing. this is my business. This isn't just something on the side that I'm kind of doing and I'm going to see how it goes and maybe I'll quit in 30 days. It takes it from a kind of doing it to a, this is serious. I've got a workspace, or if I don't have a workspace, I have a binder and I have all these things in there. It makes it serious. It makes it more like a job. If you go to a job, you're going to have an office. You're going to have something that is designated for that job. So that's great. Both you guys, that's really good. Who's got another way to be guaranteed unsuccessful in 2016? Tony, I bet you got one. What do you got, Tony?
Oh, it worked. All right. So basically, don't learn from your mistakes. Don't change anything that hasn't worked already.
That's a great one. Expand on that a little bit.
Well, as we talked about this earlier this year, Eric, the posts that I was posting in the beginning with no pictures and just kind of trying to directly sell Beachbody, that obviously wasn't working. So things like that, little things that just didn't work at first, and along the way have figured out that they don't work, or figured out a way to make it better. To be unsuccessful, don't change that. Go back to that.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's, a lot of coaches will get comfortable only doing so much. They'll share a sweaty pic and they'll share a motivational picture, and that's about it. And they'll do that same thing every day. And they'll do here and they'll do here and here and here. And that's all they ever do. And they might have some success from that, but you're never going to continue to grow your business and keep going if you're always doing the same thing. Me included. I've had success with this so far. I'm not going to just go, oh, I'm good. This is all I got to do. I'll throw a power hour out here and I'll do this here. You always got to be trying new things and shaking things up and trying new target markets and connecting to new people. So that's Tony's example is a great one. Tony's my one of my personally sponsored coaches. And when I was watching his posts, he had been making posts without pictures, and not sharing enough personally. I'm like, hey, Tony, no one's going to stop and read if there's not something that catches their eye. So then he started making posts with pictures, and he started taking pictures of himself saying, I just did this, not just a picture of Autumn Calabrese. Everybody knows her. They're not buying from her. They're buying you. And he started doing that. So that's a perfect one, Tony. I love that one. What's another one? Corey, how are you?
I'm good.
I bet you have one. Come on. Tell me the way I can be unsuccessful in 2016.
Okay. When you get overwhelmed, just quit.
I love that one. So
because that's kind of been my thing. I got into it. Well, I was like, I got to get all this going, and I'm going to start get some challenge groups going and all that kind of stuff. And then I got on Coach's online office, and I started going through all this stuff, and then there's like a million things, and I was going here and going there and going here and going there, and I was asking Molly stuff, and she was texting me back and helping me out, and I was just going, no, I can't, this is too much stuff, and everything is like, this is the most important thing to do, so start here. No, this is the most important thing, do this first, and I was like, there's too many do this first, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and then I still didn't get my question answered, so I was like, I can't, so just don't give up. I wrote down, I'll show you. Because I really liked Monday's thing. So look, I wrote down, I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, awesome. So like
and then I wrote down her little thing.
You never fail when you keep trying, never give up. That's perfect.
So got to keep going. So that's why I'm here, because I've got to keep going. I got to figure this out.
That is perfect. And
I still haven't figured out exactly. And I've got a goal for Monday to do a challenge, to put it out there on my Facebook and do a challenge group.
Great. And I know I saw a VC request from you come through, I think, too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, you guys overwhelmed.
Did I do that right? We were supposed to do that, right?
Yep. I got it. I'll respond. I think I've got one close to that time, so I might have to move it. But so no, that's great. Overwhelmed. Who's not going to feel overwhelmed in a new job? Okay, you go get a new job at I don't care where, you're going to feel overwhelmed. Now, this isn't just some new job where somebody else is going to pay you and it's their thing and all this structure set up and you're just going to do a job. No, you're self-employed, your business, you're responsible for growing a business. Wow. Who's not going to feel overwhelmed? I know I was. I mean, last year and I quit my job. I'm like, holy crap, it's real now. You bet your tail I felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You're going to feel overwhelmed. Training, there's so much to learn when you start out. But if you let overwhelm take you over and you just go, I'm not going to train, I'm just going to wing it, you're going to be unsuccessful. You know, you need to take that overwhelmness, use it as some motivation and some, you know, there's overwhelmed, depressed overwhelmed, and there's overwhelmed, I'm so excited I don't know where to start overwhelmed. Use the energy from it. Be like, holy crap, there's a lot to learn. Cool. And just dive in. You know, so that's overwhelm's a great one. That's a really, really good one. What let's see, have we heard from everybody? I think so, haven't we? Let's see.
I haven't, but I have one.
Oh, Sammy, yeah, that's right. Sammy, what do you got?
Not following through with people. So, like, if someone messages you about Shakeology, like, just kind of letting it sit there in your inbox for days and days and days and lose out on that opportunity.
That and what about follow-up?
That's important, too.
Yeah, so if somebody...
Like, I'm really anal about it. Like, even if I'm at work, it's like, oh, my God, this person emailed me 5 minutes ago. I'm going to just go take my break real quick in the bathroom, and I'll just send them a quick email because, you know, I just don't want to get in the habit of them thinking like, oh, she'll never get back to me anyway.
Yeah, that is a really follow-up, you know, and doing, you know, if somebody messages you, you don't always need to message someone. And it's something I got caught up in, and when you guys get busier, you'll feel this. Some of you may already. If someone messages you, don't feel like, honestly, you need to message them back that second, okay? Because when you're messaging someone back, you're creating an expectation. So if you're messaging somebody back right away, not to say you should never do that, but if you're doing that, now you've created that expectation, you're always going to be there for them at the drop of a hat. You know what that's going to do? Is that's going to, one, create a pissed off spouse. I've encountered that, where I don't want to be on my phone at dinner going, I got to message this person back about a challenge pack. They'll be there later. It's okay. And you're running a business. It's okay to dial out and be like, I'm not working right now. But when someone messages you, you got to get back to them eventually. And more important than just that, because hopefully no one just ignores anyone when they're asking, is the follow-up. If somebody gives you let me think about it for a little bit. If you're someone who has a crappy memory like I do, put a reminder in your phone a week from today at 7 o'clock at night that says, message Shirley back about 21-day fix. You know, some of you guys probably have better memories than I do. I put everything, Siri runs my life for me. Because if I didn't have Siri, I wouldn't remember crap. So you got to follow up with people. And people who tell you no when they say I can't afford it or it's Christmas. You know, right now you're going to get I've got to buy presents, I can't afford it. They didn't say they don't want it. They said, it's Christmas, I can't afford it. That's someone you should revisit in January. You know, the success is in the follow-up, you know, and that's a huge thing. Most people aren't going to say yes the first time and boom, especially when it comes to the coaching business. You know, when you breach coaching with someone, if they say no right away, that's okay. Check in with them again later. Don't, you know, not many people go, I'm a coach. I mean, Tony, how many months did it take you to sign up to be a coach? 4?
I think it was about 4, maybe 5.
I think so. Tony researched the heck out of everything. But Tony, did I check in with you every now and then?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You know,
Absolutely. Every couple weeks, every 2-3 weeks, you shoot me a text message or a call.
Yeah. And Tony now is a coach and working his tail off. So that's great. All right. Anyone have, I was going to share one. Let's see. I had a good one. What time we got? Okay. 8:10. Where is it? Oh, to be unsuccessful, don't share your journey with anybody and be super private about your health and fitness journey, and never share when you fail. Only share the really good stuff. Because all people want to see is a super successful person, and they don't want to really get to know you that maybe you struggle too. Was that sarcastic enough?
I have a question about that.
What, Laura?
I have a question about
Sure,
that.
shoot.
So now, do you think that that should be only health and fitness related?
No, I don't think so at all, because people, you want to build trust. You're a business. People are going to come to you with something super, super private and personal, which is their health. And most people losing weight, which is a very personal thing. That's who most of us are going to deal with. Well, if you can show them that you struggle with, not just health and fitness, but hey, this is going on. You don't have to be an open book. You don't have to say, oh my goodness, my wife and I had a really big fight. I'm not talking about that. But the more you can be open to people, the more they're going to trust you. And when people trust you, they're going to reach out to you and say, I like this person. I trust this person. They're real. I'm going to ask them what this whole Beachbody thing is and if they can help me. Does that make sense, Laura? Oh, Laura, kind of expand on like why you asked that, like kind of what you're thinking there.
I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of different things. Sometimes even on like social media, I want to post on it, but I'm like, it's probably just too much, or like, people will think, oh, she's a sap, or, like what people would assume, like she's complaining, she's this, like just judgment, I think.
Yeah.
Not coming across as like someone that wants to relate to them as well, or like, I don't know, like it coming off different, because things get so misunderstood on social media, that it's like how I'm coming across and not coming off, I guess, weak to a lot of people. So yeah, I think where that came from.
Yeah, you can be vulnerable. Being vulnerable, I think, is a great thing, and showing emotion. I think you guys have been around enough to see my posts. I don't care. I'm a guy, and I probably post more emotional, sappy stuff than any guy I know on Facebook. I'm like looking at my dog right now going, you're just the best. Whatever. It makes you real. The thing that you want to be careful of is you don't want to, sometimes being real doesn't mean posting all the negative stuff in your life all the time. Do you want to show your struggles? And do you want to show that you're, a real person just like everybody else? Yes. But you want to do it in a vulnerable way, not a negative, complaining. I've known some coaches who, I had to message them and say, your posts are so negative. And you can I think you'll kind of sense if you go look at somebody else's wall, think of the people right now that you're friends with on Facebook, that when you see that they made a post, you kind of go, ugh, because it's going to be negative. One big thing is to stay the heck away from posting anything political. If you want to grow a business, I don't care how much you love Donald Trump, I wouldn't be posting, he's the best. Can you do something? Sure. Can you post about Barack Obama? A little. I wouldn't do a lot of political posting, unless you're really, really strong one way or the other, because it can affect your business. It just is what it is. You're gonna maybe piss off a lot of people, but be vulnerable, show your weakness. Just be careful of being too negative. And we talk about posts, you don't want all your posts to be health and fitness related. We've talked about for every 10 posts you make, 1 or 2 should be about, the business of Beachbody or coaching. The rest is, getting to know you as a person, sharing, hey, I just did this workout, or this is fun, or I'm eating this, whatever. It's not all about just business.
I have another.
Yeah.
I think earlier, one of the points that was made was like not following a workout plan all the way through.
Yep.
And I had a conversation with Steve about it last night too, because we're accountability partners right now.
Yep.
And the issue that I have, and it's been happening for at least the past 3-4 years, is that I get extremely nauseous and always want to vomit. It's just always, and I don't know how to get past that, or if other people experience this too. But this, like, I started 21 Day Fix Extreme last night. I'm a week behind on the challenge group, but we started, and man, like, I was feeling so horrible. I called Steve, but I don't know if that's normal, or like if I should push through that. Like, I want to finish this all the way through, because it's Gino and I that's doing it together. So it's like, if I give up, he's gonna give up, So
I would look at what you're like. I've had personal training clients that deal with that, where they're walking out of my studio into the woods. I would look at what you're eating leading up to a workout, and what
following the plan. So it's like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, if that's normal, like, and it'll pass after, like, I go through a couple more workouts, or I want to do it all the way through.
Yeah, I would, Laura. Why don't you and I message about that a little bit? Because I've got some ideas for you. Shoot me a message, and we can, because I've had clients that deal with that, so we can kind of try a few things. Because I've had clients like in the morning that was an issue, and we started changing what they're eating when, and we figured it out. So it's probably, it can be pushing yourself related, but a lot of it has to do with when you're eating what. But message me, and we'll chat about that a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Does anybody else have another? What do we got? We still got time. Who's got another one? Jordy. Okay. Jordy raised her hand first, Molly. You can go next.
Taking your eyes off the prize. So if you take your eyes off your goals, then you're never going to reach them.
So how do you keep your eyes on your goals? Tell us some ways to keep our eyes on our goals. I
have a list by my bed of the 7 things that I need to do every day.
What are those 7 things?
Workout, read Darren Daily, Shakeology, Power Hour, training, track everything. I don't know what that one means. COO.
Coach Online Office.
Yeah, thank you. I just do that automatically now, so I don't know.
Hey, you helped me with that move today in class, so now we're even.
Okay, good. All right, and then be proof, and then at the bottom it says, remember why I started.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, so Jordy, you're really good at, do any of you other guys, Jordy's real good at all that visual kind of reminder stuff. Do any of you other guys like have things around your house? Steve, you do? What do you have around to remind you?
I keep Post-its on the computer. I even, got stuff on, like, right next to my bed. It says, hey, I get up in the morning, okay, focus on this. This is what you need to do. These are the first things you need to do to get going. I have my Bible that sits there. So the first thing I do when I get up is I read some verses right out of the Bible before I do anything.
Right.
I do. And it could be anything. I'm reading the Bible from cover to cover right now, Eric. So I'm at a certain point. So I'm just kind of going through it.
Wow.
Get the word, and it helps to start my day off right. And that's the first thing I do.
Great. Tony, you're shaking your head. What do you do?
There we go. So I have motivational quotes from different leaders, I guess you would say, like Henry Ford, Lincoln, people like that. And I have them pretty much scattered around everywhere.
Awesome.
I also have a list of my goals right next to my computer. So when I get on the computer, I see what I should be doing daily, basically. I actually have 3 different journals, one for food, one for working out, and one for basically like the success board, just goals that I want to achieve in life.
Great. Good. Perfect. Yeah, those are all really, really good ones. That's a great one, Jordy. Molly, you had one. What was yours?
Well, mine was check the back office, or don't check the back office every day. So we kind of just did that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I found this with coaches a lot, and I'm always kind of surprised. Really, if you're serious about your business, you should be in your back office minimum once a day. There's that little news feed over on the right-hand side. You got to know what's going on. I don't know if you've been in there today. They posted about all the changes coming in 2016 to like how the trips are going to work and all this stuff. They posted a whole bunch of changes. Well, if you don't know those changes, you're kind of screwed. You might be thinking you're earning something that all of a sudden changed and now you didn't earn it. So, and that leads into one that I wanted to give, which is let others do the work for you. I'm doing it full time. Why help your own coaches? Eric will help them. Screw it. Just let somebody else coach your coaches, right? No. You need to lead your coaches and lead your own customers and do the work. I'm always going to be here to help everybody and anybody. And Molly and Steve and Laura and a lot of the other people who've been around a long time. We're always going to help each other because we are a team. But if you want to be successful, you've got to start looking at yourself as a leader. You've got to, when you start, lead your customers. That means creating your own challenges and doing your own YouTube videos and coming up with your own funny, zany ideas about different things to do. And then when you get coaches, you go through the training with them. I'm always there to help you if you don't understand some things, and I know Steve and some of the others are too, but you're responsible for your success. And what can happen is it's really easy if somebody else is doing a whole bunch of work and doing all these things is to just kind of say, oh, Molly will come up with a really cool idea for the next 21-day fixed challenge group, and I'll just ask her if I can put my customers in with her. Well, that doesn't help. That doesn't help you become a leader. You can do that and you can collaborate with coaches, but you've got to do your own stuff too. If you just rely on somebody else, what's going to happen is you're putting your customers in Molly's challenge group and they're seeing Molly do YouTube videos or Steve or Jordy. They're going to look to Molly as their leader and not you. And then all of a sudden they're going to start messaging Molly or Steve or whoever, and you're going to get cut out. And pretty soon that person's going to say, well, I want to switch coaches. Or, you're going to start feeling like bad. But if you're not leading them, it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they're not getting from you what they need. And what they need from you is leadership and support. So, that kind of led into there. What time we got? I want to do a little bit at the end. Let's do a couple more. Does anybody have another good, fun one? A way to just totally screw up and botch 2016?
Not listen to wake-up calls.
Not listen to wake-up calls. Who needs those? Why would you possibly ever want to listen to a 15-star diamond tell how they've been successful with business? We've got it all figured out. I don't listen to those anymore. Why would I do that? I know everything. That's a perfect one. I know most people probably can't listen at 10, like in our time, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. If you have what I call a real job, that might be kind of tough to get on. But there's a recording. Listen to it Monday night. Latest, listen to it on Tuesday. Don't put it off. You got to be really consistent with, if I can't get on Monday morning, I'm going to listen to it Monday night before I go to bed. Those are the thing that I've figured out here in the last year, and I'm sure Steve has from being in some of these leadership groups too. All these top coaches share everything. They share their training and their ideas. They're not holding anything back. And it's because they're good people and they want to share. And two, they don't really worry because so many coaches aren't going to put the effort in and actually put all the things that they tell them in, and the ideas into place. They're not going to take the action. It's what Jeff from corporate told me. He said, yeah, you can get this and this and this. They don't worry about keeping their ideas a secret because most coaches are going to listen and they're not going to take action. And they're not going to take the advice and take action. So those Monday morning calls, they're people who are making $1 million a year, you know, and sometimes not all that $1 million, maybe 200 or 100, whatever, they're super successful. They're more successful than I am. You know, I'm a full-time coach. I've been asked to be on a national wake-up call, so you can bet that I'm going to listen to those people and get ideas and recommendations and ways that we can improve. And if you skip them, you're missing out. You know, it's kind of like working at a big organization and the CEO says, hey, why don't you come into my office and I'm going to give you 30 minutes of my time, you know, and tell you, you know, what I've done to be successful. And you go, nah, I'm good. I want to stay in the mailroom. That'd be pretty stupid, right? That's what missing the national wake-up call is. Anybody else? Laurie, you got any more? Are we out?
Don't drink your Shakeology.
What, Steve?
Don't drink your Shakeology every day. That's the prime one.
Yeah, that is a huge one. So, Steve, if you don't drink it every day and then you tell people they should drink it, how's that? What's that do for you? How's that make you look?
Not good. Hypocrite.
Yeah, you can be a little hypocritical.
Yes. Oh, you don't drink it? That means you don't like it. How could you tell us to drink it? You know,
or that you think it's too expensive.
You think it's too expensive, exactly.
Yeah, you know, and I know Shakeology is not cheap. I totally get it. But most people can find something they can cut out that they can still drink it every day. Or if it's not every day, every other day. You know, there's any food that you prepay for a whole month worth of meals is going to be expensive. You go to McDonald's and get a $3 value meal, you take that times 30, that's $90.
There's your Shakeology. You got it. You covered it.
Let's see. So we've only got a few minutes here. I wanted to see if there's any. The only other ones that I have real quick were, and you guys don't have to hear this, if you want to be unsuccessful, don't get on these calls. Don't do training because you don't need to be part of a fun group with all these kick butt awesome people. Screw it. Just be a loner. Don't go out and meet new people and join new groups. Like Jordy, you joined what was the group called that you joined?
It's called Polka Dot Powerhouse. It's a networking group for women.
So that first day, were you kind of uncomfortable and a little like, this might be a little weird?
Yeah, and the second day I was the business spotlight.
So that probably made you even more scared and nervous?
Yeah, quite a bit.
So, but now do you feel a little more comfortable, like maybe talking to new people and it kind of got you out of your comfort zone when it comes to something like that, so you might be more apt to do it again later?
Yep, and that's the whole reason I did it, was to get out of my comfort zone.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that. When you told me you did that, I thought that was great. There's a lot of networking groups out there, guys. Not everything needs to be Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and whatever, all the other social media that Molly knows about that I'm too old to know about. You know, there's a lot of it out there. So, all right. Does anyone have anyone that they're dying to share that they don't know, or I'm going to kind of move on to the little closing? Are we good?
Maybe don't stay organized.
Don't stay. Yeah, kind of that goes with Jordy's little planner thing in the office. Yeah, don't stay organized. You know, organization and scheduling your hours. Like when I think Corey showed her Beachbody hours. Schedule your stuff up. Organize your stuff. Know what you're working on today. I know what I'm going to work on tomorrow already. I've got it scheduled out. Be schedule and be organized. So here's my thought, guys, to kind of wrap this up, is that I am really, really excited for 2016. And my goal for 2016 is to make us an elite team. Yeah. Being an elite team means we are going to create as a team, and I don't know if anyone minds that I swear, we're going to create a shitload of diamonds and a shitload of star diamonds. All right? Yeah. So everybody on this call, if you're not already, by the end of 2016 at a minimum is going to be a diamond coach. If you're on this call, and most of you guys that are on here right now, except for Jessica because she's new, are super consistent with getting on these calls, I would like to see everybody on this call a diamond by summit. And it's doable. We've talked about how to reach diamond. We've talked about what you need to do. Every person on this call can be diamond by summit. If you guys, you know, this is this core group, and there's a few others that couldn't make it tonight, that are super passionate about building their business. If we all commit to growing our business and sharing the excitement and everything that we have that we show each other here, you're going to have a trickle-down effect on your coaches. Your coaches who are kind of involved are going to get pumped up, and they're going to get excited. This business is built on energy. And if we want our team to be an elite team, we need to have a crap load of energy and be consistent with that energy. I think some of you, Steve, who's the network marketing dude? I'm missing his name, that talks about the airplane taking off.
You mean you're talking about Eric Worre?
Yes, I think he's the one. He uses an analogy, I think it's him, about an airplane taking off, okay? An airplane, to take off, it doesn't stay at the same energy level, because if it did, all it's going to do is move down the runway. Eventually, it's going to run out of runway. Right now in 2016, to make 2016 go, our energy needs to go, and we need to floor it. Because if we're going to get up here in 2016, we need to floor it right now to get our elevation up. And it's not something that can be done just by me. It's not something that can just be done by Steve or Molly or Laura or Jordy or Corey or Tony or Jessica or Laura. It's not just us. We've got to get that energy to trickle down to the rest of the team. And if we can do that, we're all going to kick butt and we're going to be successful. And next time at this year, we're going to look and there's going to be 100 people on this call and we're going to be like, wow, that was really cool. I'm so glad that we kicked off 2016 the right way. But to do it the right way takes energy now. What we have coming up to give you the energy and give you the motivation to move forward. You've got New Year's resolution. What better time to be in a business about health and fitness than this time of year? Everybody and their uncle right now is throwing down candy canes and drinking beer and doing all their fun stuff. And January 2nd, they're all going to want to be healthy and lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. Guess who's going to help them? Everybody here. Yeah. We've got a new program that just came out, Hammer and Chisel. It's got Sagi, who everybody loves. It's got Autumn, who everybody loves, in the same program. What an awesome program. Most people you talk to are going to be people who do not lift enough weights and do enough strength training. This is the perfect program for your friends who all they do is run and they jog and all they do is cardio. They need this program to get healthy. We've got 22-minute hardcore coming out, I think in March. You've got, I guarantee everybody on this call has friends in the military or friends of friends who are in the military. Guess what? They can sign up for free as a Beachbody coach. Free. As long as they are a veteran or an active member and they send in the little form, they can be a free coach and get 25% off everything. You could get yourself to Diamond just with military coaches if you wanted to. And they're not paying anything. How easy is that, right? We've got a new Shakeology flavor coming out. Everybody and their uncle loves coffee. And now what's it called? Molly, what's it called?
The cafe latte.
Cafe latte. And raise your hand if you were in the test group and got to try it. Molly got to try it. She wouldn't give me any. So we've got that coming out. So people who love coffee and who are like, I don't like shakes. Wow, this is great. I want to try that. We've got the Challenge Group app coming out. You're going to be able to take your little iPhone or your other smartphone if you don't have an iPhone, and you're going to run challenge groups through a stinking app. How cool is that going to be? You're going to be able to check in with people so much easier, keep them accountable so much easier. People are going to think the technology is so cool. You've got that coming out. Then, Summit in the summer. If you're don't have a Summit ticket yet, go buy a Summit ticket. Because the night before Summit officially starts on Wednesday is my birthday, and we're going to party down in Nashville on my birthday. And I want everybody there. We have a really good, successful year up until then. Hopefully we can rent a room and we can have some fun. I want to celebrate my birthday with everybody. I don't want to have to Zoom you in from the restaurant. That wouldn't be any fun. So get to Summit. In January, they're going to announce the 2017 Success Club trip. When they announce that, you go register and you get on it. And then throughout the year, and you can read up on details of this, you make Success Club every month, that gets you money towards your trip. And by the end of the year, if you've made Success Club most of the months, you've got a free trip. They're going to be doing 2 of them because one of them keeps filling up. So I hear now they're going to do 2 of them back to back.
Yes.
So all that fun, cool stuff is coming, guys. So now it's a matter of what are we going to do with it? I'm excited to make every person on this screen a diamond, a 1-star, a 2-star, a 3, a 4, a 5. I know we've got some really big goals on this team. I am here to help everybody and all your coaches get there, but to do it is going to take work from all of us. So if you haven't done your goal sheet yet, get your goal sheet in, then go on to my VCTA little scheduling thing that I have now. Pick some times that work for you. You and I will have a one-on-one 20-minute mentoring call, and we're going to start doing these more. We're going to have another power hour, I'm sure, next week. And let's just go kick some butt. With that, it's 8:36. So we're 6 minutes over. I think this was kind of fun. I like the little backwards thing of the unsuccessful thing. Hopefully no one took any of it to heart and is like, I'm going to really suck in 2016. So have a good night, guys. Thank you for getting on. And go share about the call in the coach group right when you hang up and how great everything is and how we learned so much and how somebody won $500. We could, we can pretend. Who cares? If no one says, who's going to know? Maybe we'll get more people on. So you guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming on. These are always fun. I get a kick out of them. And
Thanks, Eric.
yeah, and if anyone has any other ones to share, make a note. And we can obviously keep this conversation going on the group page, all right? You guys have a good night. I'm going to upload the recording here in a little bit, so your coaches who really wanted to get on but couldn't, look for that, and you can share it with them.
Thank
All
you.
Right? Have a great night, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Oh, hey, wait. Did everybody hang up already?
No.
Nope.
We forgot to do a picture.
Oh.
Darn it. We lost Laura. All right.
And we lost Jessica.
Oh, we did. All right. Well, I think I took one earlier. That's all right. Next time. Shoot. Remind me next time. We got to do Brady Bunch pictures on every one.
Post it on your dang computer. Picture. Zoom.
Good idea, Steve. All right. See you guys.